Hey friends, this is Lynn Liquidy from Write For You, ghostwriter and content marketer, and I am here to answer the most widely asked question I get from almost everyone I talk to because I'm in the podcasting industry and I know a ton of podcasters. And of course, if you're podcasting, you have a lot of content, and the next step after people have, probably 100 podcasts or so is they're like, how can I take this content and make it into a book? So this is kind of like the big bird's eye overview of how you take your content and make it into a book. Actually, doing the whole process, there's more details, but I just wanted to get you started on how you take your content and make it into a book. So first, you may have all of these podcast episodes, or you might have videos or vlogs or blogs or whatever it is you have. So this not only applies to podcasters and podcasting content, but it applies to any type of content creation that you have already made. So first of all, you have all this content. And how do you work to get it into a book? Well, you have to use backward design to make it the most efficient and effective way to take your content you already have and make it into a book. Because you don't want to just copy and paste it. That's not going to work. It's going to have bad flow. It's not good. It's going to sound choppy. And then your readers aren't going to get a lot out of it. And you're probably not going to get subsequent readers if your book that you're making is really choppy because you're just copying and pasting your material. The other thing you want to know too is that writing a blog is a little bit different than writing a book. So it's a little bit different style of writing. And while you can take your information and put it into your book, you're going to need to do some rewriting. So don't go into this thinking you can just copy and paste it and just make it a so-called blog book, as we call in the writer circles, because that's not going to make a good quality book. If you're going to take the time and effort and put the money into making a book, you definitely want to make it a good quality book. And I would highly recommend having a professional editor go through it after you write it, because that's going to make your book so much better. And if you need help with editing, you can contact me through our website at writeforyou.me. All right, so you have all this content, and the first thing you want to do is you want to make an outline. So if you want to do a traditional outline, some people like to do that with like the Roman numerals and the letters. That's how I grew up learning how to organize my work. But the more modern way to do it, which is better if you're not a linear thinker like myself, because I'm definitely not a linear thinker, I kind of pull things from all over, is to make a mind map. And so how a mind map works is that you have a circle in the middle, which has your main topic, and it does not have to be your title yet. You don't need to pick your title till the end of your rough draft. And so when you have your topic in the middle and you know who you're talking to, what subject your book is going to be about, what niche subject your book is going to be about, and what the purpose of your book is, you put that in the middle thing. So you don't have to put all that information in there, but you have to know all these things before you start writing your book. So you have your middle circle with your main topic, and then you're going to make spokes off of it, right? Just like a old fashioned, Conestoga wagon wheel. And then all of those spokes, you're going to put ideas around that. And all those ideas are going to be your chapters. And then you're going to put spokes off of your chapters and then make more circles around those. And all of that is going to be information included in those chapters. Now, keep in mind when you're doing this, it's fluid. You can move stuff around. Just because you make a mind map doesn't mean that's exactly how your book is going to go, because writing a book is a process, just like painting, making podcasts, or any other creative art. It's a process, and it's going to change along the way. So if you have your mind map laid out, and by the way, you can do mind mapping on a big white piece of paper. You can do it on a mind mapping software. If you just Google up free mind mapping software, you will find lots of choices on that. You can do it I've seen people do it with different color sticky notes. And I've also done it on a whiteboard that was magnetic. And I bought these dry erase magnet labels from Amazon, and I can move them around. And so whatever way you do it, whatever way works best for your process, just do it that way. So then once you have your mind map laid out with the topics you're going to talk about and the chapters, then your next step is to look at the content you have and where does it fit in those chapters. Now, please remember that you're not going to probably have your whole entire book content in those things. I was actually surprised to find out when I wrote my book, The Guide to Traveling Gluten-Free, how much content I did have, but that I had to probably write 4 chapters originally from copy because I didn't have that information in my podcast episodes. So if you are a podcaster, a great idea, which one of my clients is doing, is that when you look at the information you have and you know what chapters you have information for, you're going to always have chapters that you don't have information for. You can actually make podcast episodes and topics on those, then take the audio. You're going to transcribe it. And I always recommend people just do the computer transcription. Don't do the perfect one because you're going to have to rewrite it anyway. And then once you transcribe it, you have that content. You can put it in a Google Doc, you can put it in your Word doc, and then start writing out your book. And so, of course, this is a super basic overview of how to take your current content and make it into a book. So no matter whether you're a podcaster, a blogger, a YouTuber, or you just make videos, you're a live streamer, whatever it is, you can take your content, take your audio, transcribe it, and make it into your book. But you first need that outline. You don't want to go into a book without any type of organizational outline, because then your book is not going to flow well. It's not going to be a good quality book. And again, if you're going to put the time and effort and money into a book, you definitely want to make it a good quality book that people are going to love and they're going to want more from you. So if you need help with just making this outline, or you would love somebody to sit and do some book coaching with you on a regular basis, definitely give me a shout out on writeforyou.me. I'd be happy to help you. And again, this is Lynn. Hope you're having a great day. And again, if you're a creator, you can take that content and make it into a book and totally up level your platform. It'll put you in a whole nother level of distinguished individuals called authors, who there's not a lot of us there. I mean, if you look online, there's a lot of books, but there's a lot of people who have written multiple books. But if you're ready to write your first book, or you have content and you want to turn it into a book, this is a good basic overview on how to do it. And again, I'm here to help you if you need help. So I hope you're having a great day, my friends and creatives. And I make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel.